You don't see that a lot anymore. A lot of teams used to do a free throw, a little free throw sideline break there where the big just runs from rim to rim, and well executed by Northern.
Free throw's good. And it is 3-1. 5:09 to go in the opening quarter. Suburban at one point was 23-1. We mentioned Northern was 21-0. They're both 25-2. Here's a handoff to Williams. Crossover down the lane. Sidestep the help. Missed the shot. Redmond, though, has it and hits the putback on a fadeaway. 3-3.
Yeah, nice offensive rebound and putback. York Suburban into their zone.
Freeze across the lane, low left. And Sadler looking for room. Tie-up called. Powers got her hands on it, and it's Suburban ball.
Both teams mixing up their defense on almost a lot of the possessions. So a big key to the game will be recognizing that offensively and knowing what the other team's defense is in and getting yourself into the set that you need to be in.
Rissmiller at the handle. And going high post, Powers squares it up, dribbles, try to bounce it back. It's jammed up and stolen by Addie Place. Up ahead, here's Lehman in transition, and a foul called. Actually, I for a moment thought it was Sadler. I was right the first time. Anna Lehman will get to the line for two. It was Rissmiller back, called for the contact.
You're always right the first time, Daryl. Don't question yourself.
I need you to remind me of that and to remind me that we're okay up here if there's a play at the table.
Yeah, we're fine.
Lehman's first is good. There were a lot of those yesterday.
Yeah, I haven't seen too many today yet.
Second one off the front. It bounces down to Freeze, who couldn't muscle it back in, and it goes out off of Freeze's hand. And it's Trojan ball down 4-3. That ball out near Mr. McFadden, my former middle school basketball coach at Suburban. He's driving their bus up here now. Dribble handoff got busted up. Garner diving to the floor to save it. But another jump ball is the signal, and it goes over to Northern.
I tell you, Northern really active defensively. They're looking to fight over the handoff action and the ball screen. Really active hands, looking to get deflections. York Suburban's really going to need to be strong with their cuts and strong with the ball.
Just over midway through the first quarter, Rissmiller deflects a pass out of a trap. Northern hangs on, and then a ball forced inside. That's deflected, and Powers to the floor completes the steal. Here's Rissmiller now. Maneuvering through center, hands it off to Powers. Left wing, went behind the back, drives it into traffic and smothered. Another block shot on Deco, got it. Polar Bears move up. Lehman crosses to the middle, runner inside, knocked out of her hands. Freeze recovers, dealt it down low. On Deco, sidestepping for space, and it's blocked away by the Trojan defense. Northern will have a baseline set as Amaya Pope subs in for Suburban, their first sub.
Well, the early go, I don't know what you think, but it looks to me like the officials are going to let them play, so got to be strong in there.
Northern inbounds. Here's on Deco up top, off a high screen. Pope digs up against her. Down low, Freeze on the turnaround. Garner, great D again, and Pope is there to save it in. Garner's been playing her best ball. Her defense was huge Tuesday night. Had a big steal against Faith Walker late. Pope on a handoff. And now gives to Powers up top. And now on the weave, it's Rissmiller. And it's Pope once again. Now Pope, a bounce over to Rissmiller left side. Gets a screen, unloads a three, back rimmed it, maybe a long two. Rebound knocked loose to Ondeco. Still 4-3 Northern. And down low, Freeze the catch. Double, tried to step up through it. And it's out of bounds off of Freeze, who forced the attempt. And Suburban once again clamps down defensively under the hoop.
I tell you, both teams really impressive defensively. Both teams having a tough time even getting off a good shot.
Trojans the third best scoring defense in the York Adams League this year, behind only DeLone and Dallastown, who played up here yesterday. That's some good company for talking defense.
Defense wins championships, right?
Yeah, here's Williams, left corner, three, no good. Had a good look. Rebound to Northern as Sadler brought it in. By the way, at halftime, your college head coach, Betsy Whitman's going to come join us.
Coach.
Jess Weaver's former college coach. On Northern with it, Delaney Moyer has the handle. And a pass out top, Sadler, she gives for Ondeco. Suburban a good job defending the handoffs and the weave stuff out top. Now a lob in deep, caught way deep, and it's a foul. Sadler got bumped even further under the basket, and that results in a Trojan foul.
Trouble there is that's the second on Janae. Janae's kind of the heart and soul of this team, so she's going to really need to be smart here, not pick up her third.
I don't even really want to say it because it just sounds awful, but last year, the day before the game up here, she had to have her big toenail removed. She deflects the inbound pass. Lehman got to it. Northern's still with it. So, yeah, this time Riss Miller is healthy. Now Powers closing off a handoff, took a potential shot away from Lehman. Northern trying to regroup, under a minute and a half to go. Here's a basket cut. It's caught underneath by Moyer, who can't hit. And Pope comes away with the rebound for Suburban. Northern's had no trouble getting the ball in close. They've had a ton of trouble hitting in close. Here's Riss Miller with it, still down 4-3. Williams cutting out. And now a bounce to Janae, All-State last year. Hands off to Powers, and she's hounded. Now gets a high screen from Pope, dribbles in, help was ready, but a foul whistled. Everything offensively is really tough to come by here in this first quarter.
You got some teams that have some good size with guards and on the wing, and they kind of match up size-wise, both teams. So Suburban likes to go to the post a lot against a lot of teams, and probably will still look to today, but they don't have quite that size advantage against Northern that they have against most teams throughout the course of the year.
Powers makes the first, and we're tied at 4. Foul was on Deco, her first. Powers' second is short, and Anna Lehman right there for the board. Now here's a drive in right side. Sadler bursts to the hoop, couldn't finish, and Amaya Pope the rebound for Suburban. Final 40 seconds of the quarter. And a bounce left corner. Trojans with Julia Gerber in the game. She had it. Now takes it again. Handoff, shoots right elbow. The jumper was airballed short, and it hops out of bounds. We make so much of the shooting background here. Gerber obviously went through warm-ups, but then sat the entire first quarter before that attempt.
Yeah, tough when you sit there and then come in and try to. She's a young player, a little nerves there, but she'll settle into the game. Northern's probably going to look to go the last shot here. 12 to go in the quarter.
Tied at 4. Here's Delaney Moyer with it at the high post area. Off to Sadler up top. Riss Miller guarding. Goes right off a screen. Shoots for 3. Airballed it. Gerber the catch as the horn goes off, and the first quarter is over. And there was a ton of defense. The score is 4-4 at the end of 8 minutes. Second quarter from Giants Center up next.
If you've been thinking of going to college and you would like to play sports when you get there, join our team. Earn a Penn State degree and continue to play the sports you love. 6 collegiate sports are now available, including baseball, soccer, men's basketball, women's softball, and women's volleyball. For more information, check out our website at PennStateYorkSports.com. Once again, that's PennStateYorkSports.com.
Want to take your game to the next level? Join the area's best athletes and coaches at S3 Performance Training. Since 2014, S3 Performance Training has developed many of the best college, high school, and middle school student athletes in South Central Pennsylvania. S3 offers age-appropriate performance training for all participants, including college preparatory strength and conditioning for older advanced athletes. Run faster, jump higher, get stronger, and reduce the risk of injury with S3 Performance Training. S3 Performance Training, located inside Heritage Hill Hills Athletic Club or visit us online at s3performancetraining.com.
Second quarter, we are tied at 4 here in the District 3 Girls 5A final. Coverage brought to you by WellSpan. Get same-day orthopedic care for life's sprains, strains, and breaks. Find your nearest WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics location today at wellspan.org/urgentortho. Suburban ball to start the second quarter. We'll get things arranged out front. Garner over to the right side, powers off a shot fake. Had to pick up, has Gerber leap and grab, pressured at the top. Northern extending the defense out, trying to get a scramble cause and get a whistle. That was a foul on Northern in near the lane.
Yeah, Northern started the quarter there, sorry, Darryl, with 2-3 zone. Looks like they're going to stay in it here. They've been effective in both their zone and the man.
That was the second foul on Sadler, who comes out top scorer, but they do have great balance. That's a strength of theirs. And a pass smothered and stolen by Tay Townsend, who had come in. Pitches it ahead. Lehman caught it at the front court foul line and out safely to Freeze as Northern gets set up. Now around the arc, Townsend left corner, down to a cutting on Deco to the post and slips it off to Lehman, knifing down the middle. She's fouled. That was some of the best offense we've seen so far.
Yeah, even though both teams are struggling to score, I thought Northern had a few more better opportunities, especially around the basket in the first quarter, and they had one there too, and able to get to the foul line.
And the first one rattles home. That was 13. Addie Place on the handoff, not 23. Their numbers are dark, not the easiest to pick up from up here. The second is short, and Sophia Redman on the glass. So 5-4 Northern lead. And Suburban into the front court. A minute gone here in the second quarter, just about. Here's Garner with it wide right. Back for Powers. 2-3 extended out. Or more of a 3-2.
Yeah, it's kind of a 2-3, and looks like York Suburban's going to run a little set here and try to get Powers to the corner. No, yeah.
Went into Garner, who kicked it, but a travel called. Try to go inside out. Was that on Garner pivoting, or was that on Powers shooting?
They called it on Garner pivoting. Just got to stick with it here. You know, you're struggling to score. You can't let your offense affect your defense. Bottom line is just it's a one-point game, so keep playing, keep sticking with it. You're all right.
Ondeco drives in deep, dumped it across the lane. Freeze out to Lehman, right corner three off the mark. Freeze the offensive board. And off to Lehman again, right baseline, back to Freeze. Hits Place up top, loads up for three, airballed it, out of bounds, Suburban ball.
Not a shooting clinic so far, but again, give credit to defense. Now we got Northern going full court with some zone action there. Nice job by York Suburban going all the way down the floor. I'd like to see them maybe try to attack that and make Northern pay for pressing full court.
Here's Riss Miller to Garner right side, back out front Powers, shimmies, moves in, runner up, takes a spill, no whistle, missed the shot. Ondeco comes away with it, fires it front court, and Lehman trying to move in. Garner stood her ground, ball knocked loose. Here's Riss Miller the other way. One-on-one against Townsend in the layup short. Redman, the offensive board, tried to backhand it across the lane, and Townsend knocks it out. Suburban will have a baseline inbound.
Yeah, that's a shot that Janae normally makes. She's really good going to her left hand there, just not able to finish there.
Still stuck on 5-4, the inbound to Riss Miller, right down the middle, and the layup settles in. Suburban up 6-5.
Really good execution on the baseline out of bounds play. Set a little screen, a little rub screen for Riss Miller, who came down the middle of the lane wide open and was able to finish.
It's Janae's first basket of today's game. Here's Townsend off for Ondeco, right side to Lehman. Won a District 3 soccer title. Northern, a great soccer team. Now Place on the left, wheels it back. And the hold out top. Down to 5 minutes to go in the first half. Townsend starts a drive on Rissmiller. That's a tough ask, and she missed it short. It pops out off the Polar Bears, and Suburban gets the stop.
I think we got a foul actually on Northern there on place.
Oh, yeah.
There's the full court action there from Northern. Oh,
Rissmiller picked up and used every inch of her stride. Had Lucas Zampelli going nuts for a travel over on the Northern bench. Here's Powers doubled, has Rissmiller, starts in from the left, dealt it off to Williams in the corner. To the top for Powers, drives, fakes the kick out, runner, missed the shot, and Freeze scampers to the rebound. Still 6'5" Suburban, Trojans back on defense. This is almost becoming a defensive struggle to the extreme.
yeah, I'd say.
Here is Ondeko right side. Matched up against Redmond, backs her way in and uses the glass and scores.
Yeah, nice job. The side was cleared out, so she kind of just backed her way in and was able to finish with the left hand.
7-6 Northern. Ondeko also a District 3 soccer champ. Here's Redmond starting in right side, wasn't there, flung it up top. Around the arc, Williams, and steps through to Rissmiller. A three out front, caromed off. Williams going in on the crash. They'll work it out to Powers. Suburban still with it. Now to Williams, left corner, tees it up. Three off iron, rebound toward the Northern bench. And Lehman blocks out Garner and lets it go out.
Yeah, struggling to get good looks, and then even when they do get good looks, they got a couple of them there, not able to knock them down.
3:31 to go in the half, 7-6 Northern. Last year in the semifinals, Suburban's win was 38-33.
We might not be getting there today.
Not at this rate. Here's Lehman hoisting. Three was short, and Williams reaching, tried to brush the rebound along to Powers, and it ricocheted off of her and back out of bounds. And Northern will have a fresh possession.
Suburban's doing a nice job of guarding Northern's ball screen continuity offense. They're not able to get too much out of it.
Lehman trying to go right baseline, double down low, feeds Freeze in the middle and banks it in.
Nice execution there, that time from Northern. They rejected the ball screen and drove baseline, which caused the help, and then a little dump off and able to finish.
Against that half-court pressure, Powers navigating the near sideline, went to Williams, to Pope, foul line area, across to Garner, a three, back rimmed it, and a long rebound opposite wing. Townsend won the race, a high dribble, got away with it. Fires it left wing, Lehman a three, front iron, long rebound, Rissmiller. Room in the open court, one defender back, caused a miss. Rissmiller's second effort is fouled. Townsend was back, caused the miss, but Rissmiller had it a second time, and will try to get these points from the charity stripe.
Yeah, another shot that Rissmiller normally makes, but good for her for sticking with it and getting back to the foul line.
Rissmiller, the lefty, her first, up and back rimmed it. Rissmiller earlier this week named a first-team All-Star for the third straight year.
Yeah, she does a great job. She's kind of heart and soul of this team, both ends of the floor. Offensively, she gets them organized and does a good job getting to the basket. Defensively, she does a great job. In the semifinals, she did a heck of a job guarding Faith Walker from West York.
Yeah, that was an unbelievable matchup. Rissmiller's second is good. 2:29 to go in the first half. 9-7 Northern, timeout on the floor.
Today, it seems everybody is offering a discount on car insurance, but at what price? Reduced protection, impersonal service. At State Farm, you can earn discounts and still get full service and dependable protection. From the world's largest car insurer, see me, Trish Hauser, 1865 Susquehanna Trail North, York, for the State Farm multiple line discount. With State Farm, you get an agent you can depend on and an insurance company you can trust. For the details on State Farm's multiple line discount, see me, Trish Hauser.
Hunters Hill Orthodontics is a longtime staple in the orthodontic care community. With 3 convenient locations in York and Dillsburg, our practice's top priority is to provide you with the highest quality orthodontic care, offering conventional braces and Invisalign in a friendly, comfortable environment. Check us out on Facebook or our website at www.drgregbennett.com. Hunters Hill Orthodontics. We've got your smile.
There's only one place for local sports. Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK, York.
9-7, Northern on top. 2:20 to go in the first half. This is a struggle, and Lehman walked. Trying to go across the top of the lane and toss it diagonally down low, dragged her pivot foot. The Trojans with it, Northern in the 1-3-1 full court. And Williams' pass batted by Townsend. Rissmiller's on it, fires it down the floor, it's intercepted. Lehman back to pick it off. Freeze scurrying into the front court to receive. Now they'll work it to Moyer right side. And to the top for Ondeko. Freeze screens for her fellow 6-footer. And now Townsend with it, fires it down low. Freeze the catch, looking for room on Garner. It's up, it's in, and they count it. As Freeze lunges across the lane, trying to find daylight, and got it done.
Yeah, started for Freeze there before she got the ball. She did a really good job working her way down low, getting really good post position, and then Northern did a nice job finding her, and nice little spin move with an and one. Big play there for Northern.
Freeze makes the free throw. She's got 8, and they lead 12-7.
Yeah, when points are hard to come by, a 5-point lead is almost more like a 10-point lead.
Here's Garner in from the right side, blocking foul on Freeze. So at the other end, those two go head-to-head again after Suburban handled the press.
Yeah, good job that time, beating the press and then looking to score off the press, whereas times before they were just kind of bringing it back out. I like that action there from York Suburban. Clearly a block.
Garner's first is good. That was Freeze's second. She'll come out. Garner on the board, her first point tonight. 12-8. One more, and it's in.
That might help her, it's just seeing the ball go in, because she struggled with some of her 3-point shots there in the first quarter, so those free throws might help her out there a little bit.
Now Powers nearly intercepting one at the top of the key, but it hit her foot. Kickball. 1:29 to go in the first half. Northern 12, York Suburban 9. Polar Bears a side in from Townsend. She's got it left wing, screen coming up, goes foul line, dished it off. Now right side Moyer using a ball screen. And off now at the top of the arc. Liz Montgomery, the screen setter there. They brought her in for Freeze, who sat with 2. Coming down in the final minute of this first half. Here's Townsend dashing in, runner up, and it's in and out. And the rebound, Rissmiller's got it. Amaya Miller came in for Suburban. Rissmiller spots Powers, drives it in, and stuffed. Ondeko with the big hand up, blocked it.
There you see that length from Northern. Even when York Suburban gets in good position, their length, they're tough to finish over.
Townsend a 3, hit the heel of the rim. It bounced up off the top of the backboard. Miller tried to rip it in, but had it taken away. Polar Bears still with it. Here's Lehman right side against Rissmiller. Up fake, Janae didn't bite, blocks the shot. And the Trojans have it with 25 seconds left.
Yeah, good job by Janae. She stayed straight up with 2 fouls and 20 seconds to go. Probably York Suburban going to look to go last shot here. Just coach calling something out here.
Rissmiller handling down to 10, hands off to Amaya Miller. Now Garner takes it back to Miller, covered tightly, and into the lane. Left hand try, missed the shot. Rebound Montgomery, and that'll do it. As the first half ends, and that was an epic struggle.
Defensive game for sure. Both teams really struggling to score. Like I said, struggling to get good shots, but when they do get good shots, they haven't been able to go. So I know you're probably feeling pretty down that you only scored 9 points if you're York Suburban, right? But bright side is you're only down by 3 points. So go in halftime, kind of take a deep breath, collect yourself, and talk about some things, try to help you get some good shots offensively and go from there.
Well, it was a tug-of-war, and
Yeah.
Northern leads 12-9. We'll take a break. Penn State York halftime show coming up, and we expect to have York College women's coach Betsy Whitman join us, Jess Weaver's former college coach. Trojans down 3. Our coverage presented by WellSpan Health. Get same-day orthopedic care for life's sprains, strains, and breaks. Find your nearest WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics location today at wellspan.org/urgentortho. We'll be back from Hershey after this.
Locally owned and operated in York for over 21 years, Basil Insurance Agency offers specialized insurance products to suit your needs for auto, home, business, motorcycle, life insurance, and more. With a team of licensed agents to help you locally, Basil Insurance Agency has 2 convenient locations in West York and Dallastown, and proudly represents Erie Insurance. At Basil Insurance Agency, we always hope to provide professional advice, better coverage, and do it for less premium. Call or go online to request a quote or information. In West York, call 717-792-6400. That's 792-6400. And in Dallastown, 717-246-1601. That's 246-1601. Or online at insuranceyork.net. Basil Insurance Agency, a proud supporter of the teams of the York Adams League.
Hello, this is Darren Bonaquisti, your friendly Parma Pizza guy. Stop in here at Parma Pizza where we have amazing and appetizing food. Make sure you try our pretzel dough strombolis, best in town. We also have our daily lunch specials, and we're open for dine-in, pickup, and delivery options also. Visit us at 476 East Main Street in Dallastown or call 501-5608. Visit online at parmapizzandgrill.com. Parma Pizza and Grill. Pizza so great, you'll scrape your plate.
Get ready to step up to the plate with the York Revolution. Join us at WellSpan Park for an unforgettable season of baseball magic. Starting Thursday, February 29th, mark your calendars and be among the first to secure your spot in the stands as we swing into action. Experience the thrill of every pitch, catch, and homer under the starlit York sky. Whether you're a diehard fan or just looking for a fun night out, we've got something for everyone. Don't miss your chance to be a part of the excitement. Secure yours early at YorkRevolution.com, and let's make memories together with the York Revolution.
Since 1957, Shiloh Roofing in York has been the gold standard of roofing and repairs. Shiloh Roofing is family-owned and operated, serving York and the surrounding areas. They not only do all kinds of roofing work, but they've expanded into spouting and siding work as well. They handle all of their customers' needs, and they now also offer financing. Give them a call today, 717-764-1269 for Shiloh Roofing in York.
Ready to make a move? The Kevin Murphy team at Keller Williams Keystone can help find the perfect property for you. With 15 plus years in real estate, Kevin's team is hands-on throughout the entire process of buying or selling your home. Visit teamkevinmurphy.com for a fast property search, custom neighborhood market report, and instant property valuation. Kevin is a local guy with local roots, helping friends and families with all of their real estate needs. The Kevin Murphy team at Keller Williams Keystone wishes good luck to the teams of the York Adams League. Visit Kevin online at teamkevinmurphy.com.
We get one life. Why not live your best life by feeling your best? Body by Barker can help. Our licensed clinicians at Body by Barker bring an innovative approach to common ailments like weight loss and hormone imbalance. Improve your energy, mood, weight, sleep, libido, and overall quality of life. Body by Barker is family-owned, and we've personally benefited from the therapies we offer. And we're local on Carlisle Road in York. It's easy to register and set up your first appointment. Just go to bodybybarker.com and start living your best quality of life today.
First in York, first in sports. Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK, York.
It is halftime here from Giants Center in Hershey. The girls 5A final. York Suburban down 12-9 here at the half. And York College head coach Betsy Whitman is with us high above the hardwood here at Giants Center. And Coach, great to see you. It's been like a week.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah. First of all, let's just start with your team this year. and a real step forward, and you've got so much coming back next year. But how pleased were you with the way that your team came together this year and went all the way to the MAC semifinals in a really good league?
Yeah, it was a good season. You know, obviously you always want your record to be a little bit better, but making it to the championships this year was one of our goals after not making it last year. And unfortunately, we had to play Widener in the first round at Widener, and I just was watching their game tonight in the NCAAs. And they won the conference this year, and they just won the first round of the NCAAs, as did Messiah. I don't know if you saw that. So our league's strong, just like on the men's side. You know, they have 3 teams in the NCAAs as well. But, you know, we had a good year. We had eight returners and 8 new kids, you know, a couple transfers, and we really worked hard to mesh that group together. And, you know, the team became very close and, you know, worked extremely hard this year. And obviously, I had a great staff, and thought we had a good season.
Well, at this time of year, I know you and Coach Hunter are regulars up here at Giant Center watching these games, and quite often we've had York area teams, which makes it a ton of fun. York Suburban, they're down 12-9 at the half. They played really well defensively. What do you think Coach Weaver is telling the girls to keep their heads up, to keep their heads in it offensively here at the half? Yeah,
you know, this is a tough environment, and the depth perception with the baskets, I think it's very hard to shoot, especially from the perimeter. They need to make shots. They're getting some looks. They're getting opportunities. They need to just relax, let it come to them. You know, Northern plays this very aggressive 1-2-2 or 3-2, whatever you want to call it, and they've got to be able to go inside out to get some open looks. They need to try to get the ball into the paint somehow, and you know, they're being pushed so far out on the perimeter by this zone, and Northern plays it very well. But you know, they just have to stay calm. They need to make their layups. They need to hit some of these perimeter shots, and you know, keep playing great defense. I mean, Northern's only scored 12 points, and I think Suburban's playing excellent defense against a very good Northern team.
Well, I also was very much looking forward to asking you about Jess Weaver, who just got named Division Coach of the Year and has done a tremendous job, not just with the varsity team, but the youth program as well. And obviously that's a huge part of a program. But was there a certain point when she played for you at your college that you thought this young lady is going to be a head coach one day?
You know, I don't know if I knew it at the time, but I'm just not surprised that she is being as successful as she is. You know, Jess was always one of our hardest workers on the team, and not just on the basketball court, but in the classroom. She was an education and special education major and at York, and I remember her student teaching the spring semester of her senior year. A lot of players will do that after their eligibility is up, and she was doing it while playing basketball, and she found a way to do it. Not a lot of sleep, but you know, she would go to practice and then go home, do lesson plans, be up all night, and then go teach all day, and then come to practice and then do it all over again. I don't know how she did it, but what a great person, and I'm really proud of her, and it's so awesome to see a female coach. You don't see that very much, at least around here in the state of Pennsylvania. Just being such a great mentor for these young girls and young women, and it really does start at the youth level, and she's done an awesome job of you know, running clinics and camps and getting everybody involved and just developing a lot of school spirit. I see there's a lot of young suburban girls here that come to my camp as well, and she's done a great job, and she absolutely deserved to be Coach of the Year. I'm really proud of her.
Well, Coach, thank you very much for coming up here for a few minutes at halftime, and I know you're supposed to be neutral. You're familiar with both programs.
I am.
Jess, one of your former players, so we really appreciate it, and enjoy the second half. We'll catch up with you soon.
All right, thanks for having me, Daryl.
All right, you got it. York College women's head coach Betsy Whitman joining us here at halftime. Suburban down 12-9 as Northern will start the second half with it, and they'll go to our left. Dean, how does either team uncork their offense here?
Good question. I mean, honestly, both teams defensively are really impressive. I think you just got to run your actions, be a little bit crisper. I think look to take transition opportunities any chance you get, and don't turn down any open shots. When teams are really, when it's a defensive game like this, when you get that first open look, go ahead and take it and then hit the boards.
On Northern with it, they'll go high post. Ondeko with the ball, backs her way into the lane, puts it up, bounced off. Paige Garner, hands on it, went to the floor, still on it. And Suburban's got it. Garner slow to get up, but got the ball to Redmond.
Yeah, she hit that floor really hard. Hope she's okay, but she's struggling getting down the floor.
Northern again setting up in their zone. Williams trying to fit one in. Garner had it knocked loose and a jump ball. It'll stay with Suburban. They lose the arrow. They'll keep it for now.
Yeah, just a little bit too much crowd in there to try to force that pass into the post for York Suburban.
A baseline play, powers out to Williams, left corner three, partially blocked. And then a foul. Positioning for the rebound, it's against Suburban.
Yeah, it looked like we were going to get a wide open three there in the corner. Credit to Northern for the closeout, get a block shot, and a foul on York Suburban.
That's Garner's third. That's a bit of a problem. She'll come out. Jess Weaver staying positive, clapping as she greets her.
Yeah, between getting her third foul and getting banged up there, good substitution. Let her go to the bench, settle in a little bit.
Northern with it, runner in the lane, settles in. Addie Place, who's a York College commit. Didn't get a chance to chat on air with Coach Whitman about that. I'm not sure if I'm even allowed to, since she's not on campus yet, but it's 14-9 Northern.
Is there still rules in the NCAA?
Well, arbitrarily maybe. I don't know. Blurred lines. Here's Rissmiller to Powers, high right. And doubled there, curled away from it. And circles back out to Rissmiller. Now Powers unloads a three, short on the left wing. Rebound to Hannah Freeze, makes the outlet to Ondeko. Forward can handle it. She pushes it up the floor and tosses back out. Lehman with it. Trying to zigzag into the lane, a bounce back. Here's Place with it. Goes left off a screen, pick and pop to Lehman. A three, came off well short. And Rissmiller there. Actually, check that, Natalie Homisak, who had come in for Garner. Suburban gets the stop, still down 5. And here is Homisak, up fake, steps in on Ondeko, didn't bite though and rejected it. Here come the Polar Bears in transition. Top of the arc, a three on the way. It's off the front of the rim. That one missed by Sadler, who hasn't really gotten it going yet, still scoreless. And Suburban back with it. Again, Sadler, their leading scorer. Trojans have bottled her up. Here's Rissmiller, right side of the arc. A bounce to Homisak. And left side to Jordan Williams. Into the corner for Powers. And back out front. Patiently working this zone. Handoff Homisak. Been a big piece off their bench this year. Now Rissmiller again, deep right. Curls to the middle, down the lane she goes. Took contact and scooped it to the rim. She'll get to the line for two.
Yeah, good job by Janae. And York Suburban's going to need that. They're struggling to really get anything going. So they're going to need their senior guards, Janae and Lydia, to get going here, try to insert themselves into this game.
Well, Garner had gotten her third. Hannah Freeze now picks up her third. Rissmiller's first free throw is in.
Sorry, Lydia's a junior. My bad.
You know what, Dean? I was hanging on every word that you said so much I didn't even pick up on that.
You just were shocked that I could make a mistake.
Yeah.
Right?
It wasn't even a thought that could happen. Rissmiller's second is good. It's 14-11. I'm Northern with it. We've got a scoring surge here in this third quarter. It's 2-2. Place sends it right side. Sadler with the ball. Off to Ondeko up top. Ball screen for three. Back rimmed it. And the rebound. Put back miss by Liz Montgomery. And Homasak scoops it up. Or Powers, rather. Homasak was next to it. Powers brings it to midcourt and gives to Rissmiller. Almost midway through the third now. There's Powers with it, some room out front. Goes to Rissmiller, kicks it left corner. Homasak, a three! It's good, and the game is tied at 14.
How about that? Big time shot off the bench, and good for York Suburban to see one go in.
Halfway through the third. Montgomery to Sadler, deep right. Rissmiller up denying. Pass out front, pressured. Redmond right on Ondeko, who drives it in, and Homasak blocked it, but a foul on the attempt.
Yeah, nice drive by Ondeko. Suburban kind of went for the steal there, which opened up the lane. She did the right thing, went and attacked the basket, and got herself to the foul line.
Lydia Powers' first foul. Ondeko's free throw is good. One more, and hits them both. 16-14 Northern. Felt like such a mountain just to get the game tied for Suburban. Now down two. Here's Williams right corner. Three-pointer air ball, and Ondeko there to grab it. Amaya Miller had come in for Suburban. Now Northern with possession. Here is Place with it up top. Dribbles right. Deals it back out front. A long jumper for Lehman. It was for three. Hit the back of the rim. Rissmiller the rebound. Trying to spring. Powers ahead, and it's ripped loose. Going in. Stripped away by Sadler. Down the floor, Lehman spins. Shoots it up off the glass. No good. And it bounces out left baseline. It's off Suburban. Northern still with it. Jess Weaver flinging her hands up back at the Trojan bench on that whistle.
Both teams look like they're going to have transition opportunity, transition bucket. Got to give their defensive transition credit. They both got back, made the shots, tough finishes.
Northern inbounds. Lehman, a three-point try. Powers blocked it. It flutters down low. Montgomery, or Sadler rather, saved it in. And Powers knocks it out by the table. And Lucas Zampelli will try to settle his team. The Northern York head coach calling a timeout. 2:53 to go in the third. Northern 16, York Suburban 14. Our coverage presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine.
When fighting complex cancer, WellSpan Cancer Institute's approach is simple. Bring the most talented minds and most compassionate hearts to our cancer centers across our communities. Across our 5 cancer care locations, we're collaborating with Johns Hopkins Medicine Kimmel Cancer Center to go further. Relentlessly in the lab, courageously during therapy, compassionately by your side. This is cancer care where remission is the mission. I'm Dr. Nick Korgonker. Our collaboration with Johns Hopkins Medicine Kimmel Cancer Center gives WellSpan cancer patients access to valuable resources like clinical trials, second opinions, and advanced genomics. Together, we'll bring the next generation of cancer care to our communities with a dedicated team that cares from the heart. That's fighting cancer together. Learn more at wellspan.org/cancer.
And Northern spending a timeout. Each team still with 4 left. This type of game, they might be using all of them. Polar Bears have it in. Lehman at the handle out front. And spent the dribble. She'll pass right side. And that's knocked away from Place. It's off of Addie Place. Jordan Williams causes the turnover. Suburban ball.
Yeah, kind of an unforced turnover there from Northern. See if York Suburban can take advantage.
Rissmiller strolls it through center. Handoff of Amaya Miller. And on the exchange, now the weave. Williams for Powers. Going left off a Miller pick. Pops it back to Amaya Miller. Now to Rissmiller. Trying to set up Lehman to break her down. She'll hand off instead. Powers for Miller at the top. And again, the give to Rissmiller. Shot fake, starts it in, kicks it, powers, right side, three, buried it! And the Trojans on top, 17-16.
Yeah, York Suburban running that weave action, and Northern was just kind of sagging off because it looked like York Suburban kept turning down the shot, but Lydia stepped up and took that one. Big time shot there.
Minute 45 to go in the third. Ondeko trying to hand off to Lehman, tosses it back, top of the arc, now left side to Place. Williams picks her up. A bounce over to Sadler, a lengthy three, rim, glass. Rebound to the baseline, it's out of bounds. Montgomery trying to save it in, it goes out and belongs to Suburban.
Yeah, that was a deep three.
From the District 3 logo almost.
Maybe the Northern thought they can't make it up on the line, so they'll try to go further back.
Suburban still up one. Here's Powers driving into a crowd. It's in, and they count it. Lydia Powers driving in, had a tiny crevice. Got inside, scores and won. It's 19-16.
Yeah, I talked a few minutes ago about York Suburban with Lydia and Janae in the guard spot. Really need to try to assert themselves into this game. That's what they've done.
Free throw is good. And Suburban coming alive offensively. They lead 20-16. A minute 10 to go in the third. Here's a handoff. Montgomery starts in, and a blocking foul on Amaya Miller.
Both teams still well under the limit, so won't be going to the foul line here in the third quarter unless it's a shooting foul.
Sophia Redmond back for Suburban. Miller sits. And Freeze with her 3 fouls back in for Northern. Baseline set. They're going to go to Freeze backpedaling. Homasak with her. And Freeze now gives it up. Plays. Dumps it down deep in the post. Rejected. Big block, Homasak. Here come the Trojans. Rissmiller, it's swiped loose from behind. And they'll have it down in the baseline.
York Suburban getting big minutes from Homasak off the bench, both ends of the floor.
52.4 to go in the third. Suburban will spend a 30. They lead 20-16. Our coverage brought to you by WellSpan Health. Get same-day orthopedic care for life's sprains, strains, and breaks. Find your nearest WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics location today at wellspan.org/urgentortho. So Dean, Suburban's got momentum. They've got a 4-point lead, but they use a timeout here. Maybe trying to draw something up for the baseline.
I think in a game like this, when you have 4 quarters, how you finish out a quarter and how you start out the quarter is so important. So Coach Weaver probably just thinking, let's talk about what we want to get the last minute here, and both ends of the floor. Good timeout.
And the pass made in for Rissmiller, left corner, out front now. Williams dealt with Place, gave it up.
Yeah, give Northern credit. They defended the baseline out of bounds play that they ran. York Suburban's been successful with that play earlier in the year.
There's Powers, little head fake, pull up, mid-range, it's good! Lydia Powers making her mark on this district final.
Yeah, she's feeling it and scoring it at all levels. The 3-point all the way to the basket, and that was a nice little pull up there.
8 this quarter, puts Suburban up 6. 20 seconds left. Here's Place backing in, had to spend the dribble, puts it up, off glass, no good. Rebound Suburban.
Get the last shot here if you're Suburban.
10 seconds left.
Good
Redmond
place to go with the ball.
Redmond had the board. Here's Rissmiller, backs it up with 3, drives it in, and blocked from behind. Homasak caught it, but was too far under. And the red light goes off as the third quarter ends. Big push.
Yeah, how about that? A little offensive explosion there from Suburban at the end of the third quarter, but still a tight game. Just a 6-point game going into the fourth. Should be a good finish, Darryl.
Suburban up 22-16. Fourth quarter coming up.
Track and field is perhaps the oldest of all sporting competitions. Running, jumping, and throwing are natural forms of human physical expression. The desire for faster and farther stages athlete versus athlete in a no-excuse competition.
Flying Feet.
Flying Feet has everything you need for track and field. Shoes for training, spikes and field shoes for competition, shot and discus for throwing, stopwatches for timing, spike elements in varied lengths. We do mean everything. Flying Feet Sports Shoes, 1511 Mount Rose Avenue, York.
If you've been thinking of going to college and you would like to play sports when you get there, join our team. Earn a Penn State degree and continue to play the sports you love. 6 collegiate sports are now available, including baseball, soccer, men's basketball, women's softball, and women's volleyball. For more information, check out our website at PennStateYorkSports.com. Once again, that's PennStateYorkSports.com.
It is Northern ball to start the fourth. Suburban opening a 6-point lead. Both teams looking for their first ever district crown in girls hoops. Here's Lehman up top. High-low lob broken up, but a foul. Homosack fronting freeze. It's an offensive foul on Northern for the push-off.
I'll tell you, Homosack's athleticism guarding in the post has been a factor. She did a nice job there fronting the post, and then so Northern gets called for a little bit of push in the back there from Freeze. Her athleticism gives them a different look than what Garner gives them in the post.
That was Freeze's fourth. And Homosack making an enormous imprint on this game. Here's Rissmiller up top against that zone. Powers now, pass fake, bounces it back. Now they go through to Redmond, back out Powers, space to shoot, 3, back rim, rebound Redmond. Williams tried to feed Redmond, and it's off her hand and stolen. Now here goes Addie Plays, bumped into Rissmiller, who slammed it loose, ball on the floor. And a jump ball, it's gonna be Suburban possession. What a job from Janae Rissmiller back on the transition defense.
Yeah, big time defense there from Janae.
7:10 to play.
Northern going with their full court pressure there. York Suburban needs to look down the floor.
Williams to Rissmiller, dashes it up the far sideline in the cross. Here's Powers, pull up, foul line Jay, front rim twice and off. Rebound batted out by the backboard, and it belongs to Suburban still.
Didn't go, but good look there from York Suburban. Beat that press, and then don't just beat it, look to score against it. Had a wide open 15-footer, just wasn't able to go down, but good execution from York Suburban.
Williams all the way in left corner, 3, it's good! Lydia Powers again has taken over this game, and a timeout Northern. Oh, we got a player hurt.
Unfortunately, we have a Northern player hurt in the corner. I think she turned her ankle. Yeah, that's tough.
Maybe trying to get out and defend that 3. Lydia Powers has gone off here in the second half, 11 of her 13. And they tend to the Polar Bear, who's down. 6:50 to play, 25-16 Suburban. We'll take a quick break, back in a moment.
At Donegal, we understand there are many costs associated with running a business. That's why Donegal works with you to provide quality insurance products based on your business needs, and why we deliver that insurance at a price to fit your budget. Call your local independent Donegal agent today and discover why, when it comes to insurance for your business, Donegal is a better value. Contact Kochman Kunkel Insurance at 717-854-0300 or stop in at 3217 East Market Street, York. Locally owned and operated by Pam and Rudy Kochman. Kochman Kunkel Insurance.
Same station, 2 spots on your dial. Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK, York.
25-16, Suburban leads. They help Liz Montgomery off. By the way, our strength, speed, and stamina spotlight brought to you by S3 Performance Training. And Suburban's got a bunch. Janae Rissmiller, Jordan Williams, Paige Garner, Julia Gerber, all train with John, Ron, and the team at S3. Visit s3performancetraining.com.
I should maybe sign up for some training. Not performance training.
Well,
just something.
I thought about suggesting it, and then I didn't want to insult you, but since you said it,
well, you just kind of did.
Might be good. Here's Sadler missing inside. Rebound Lehman out to the right corner. Tay Townsend air ball to 3, and it goes out off of Northern. Suburban ball with 6.5 to play.
Yeah, Northern's kind of fighting a little bit what York Suburban was going through in the first half. Now they're struggling to get looks. When they do get looks, they're not going down.
Northern with the press. Williams handling across to Powers, got it over the timeline. And calls in the set. Here's Homasak out for a side screen. Powers fires it all the way across Williams. And out to Rissmiller. Lead is 9. And off
If you're
Powers.
Northern now, you got to make sure you stay connected to Powers.
Yeah, she's had the hot hand. Has had some help, but she's shouldered the scoring lead. Homasak's come up huge as well. Here she is, right wing, dealt it back to Powers. And we're down to 5:50. Powers now being hounded a bit, has Redmond high post to Homasak. They recover in the right corner into Redmond, and it hit her maybe in the forehead and was stolen. Ahead it's on Deco in transition, and a foul on Rissmiller. It was right in her path.
Yeah, the steal for Northern, which led to a good job in transition for Northern, pushing the pace, and they're going to need to look to do that some to get back in it, but they're not far out of it. Plenty of time to go, only down 9 and at the foul line here.
And on deck goes first, hops up and off. 5:37 to play. Second is good. And now they'll bring the press off the make again. Powers a bounce to Rissmiller part way. Angles back to the middle, pass a little bit behind Powers, able to one-hand it, and then is fouled as she got to the front court.
Yeah, that was a heck of a one-hand catch there by Powers. Looked like that thing might have been heading out of bounds. Was able to corral it. York Suburban's really going to need to take care of the ball, be strong with the ball. Northern's really picking up their pressure. They're going to be going for steals, looking in passing lanes, and trying to get back in the game that way.
Lead is 8. Rissmiller confidently handling, lobs to Homasak, high post, pass back deflected. Janae gets to it. Out of Powers out front to Homasak, high post, one dribble, kicks it. Rissmiller, 3, short on the left wing. Rebound tracked down by Sadler. Brings it up the near side of the floor, whips it down low to Place. Flips it back for Ondeco toward the left corner, and she'll bounce it off to Place. Under 5 to go. Townsend fires it low. Ondeco, fake to the middle, drop step, and lays it home.
Really nice move by Ondeco. She went middle. It was covered. She didn't panic, went back to the baseline. Good move, good finish.
25-19. Powers up the middle against the press. Down deep to Homasak, who kicked it out. Maybe could have gone up, but they'll run some time. Now here's Redmond. And a ball knocked loose, and Sadler hit it off the shins of Homasak and out of bounds. Got the spike, and Northern takes over. Garner returning.
Yeah, to me, York Suburban's got to be a little bit careful here of trying to use clock instead of looking to score. There's a lot of time left in this game. I think when you have good scoring opportunities, you got to go ahead and take them.
4:15 to play. 25-19. Trojans defending up 6. This ball zipped into Ondeco down low, missed on the turn against Garner. Got her own miss, fires it right corner. Townsend off a fake, baseline drive, she was held. Runner goes in, but a foul on the floor.
I'll tell you, that foul almost ended up helping York Suburban because she had a good lane to the basket there. Since they're not in the bonus, it's just going to be a baseline out of bounds for Northern.
Each team just 2 team fouls, and the inbound to Ondeco tracks it down near midcourt. Marches it back toward the 3-point line, gives to Lehman. Lehman with Powers on her, now off to Sadler. And spends her dribble, and a hold called. Powers tried to, from behind, get hands around to the basketball, called for the hold.
Fouls are starting to pile up here a little bit. You got to be careful, play defense without your hands. Don't want to get into the bonus if you're York Suburban.
Northern with the ball in. Here's Sadler handling to the elbow, had to pick it up. And off now Drive in from the right baseline, plays, sends it across, a three on Deco, airballed it, put back is good, and one. Anna Lehman right there on the doorstep, caught it, laid it in, and one.
Yeah, Lehman was at the right place at the right time. A lot of times you get misses from the corner, they go to the opposite side. That's exactly where she was. Got a big bucket and an and one, so right back in this game here.
25-21. Free throw for Lehman is good. And meanwhile, that foul was Lydia Powers' fourth. She and Garner each with 4. Uh-oh, a steal in the backcourt.
That was a missed call there. That was a kick ball.
I thought so too. Here's a three to tie it. It's good. Cassidy Sadler, her first 3 points of the night. And Northern has come back to tie it at 25. Here's Homasak down low, up and under, fake, and it lays in. It rolls in for Homasak, another big basket.
Yeah, she continues to give big minutes off the bench. 3 minutes, 2-point game. We should have a heck of an ending here.
27-25 on Deco down low against Garner, who fouls out. Prevents the 2 for the moment. But the Trojans will be without Paige Garner for the duration. If the board was right, nobody at the table signaled 5, so maybe it is only her 4th.
I think it's her 4th, Daryl.
Wow, okay. First free throw is good.
Well, now it says 5. Well, she can't be out there if it's 5, so they got to get together and figure out what's going on here.
Or not. Second is made.
It is still 5 fouls you foul out, right? I didn't miss anything, did I?
Last I checked.
The board's got to be wrong because nobody at the table was saying anything.
Now here she is. She handles it, hits Riss Miller out front. Tied at 27. Trojans trying to get set up here. 2:35 to play. Here's Powers with it. Off to Riss Miller out top. A bounce left side. And Williams will send it back. Suburban was up 9. I think it was an 8-0 run that Northern tied it on. Here's Powers for the lead. 3 right wing. Miss. Rebound Williams. Out to Riss Miller. She wants a triple. It's good. Janae Riss Miller rattles it in. And with 2:10 to go, Suburban back up. Here's Lehman in deep. Tosses it out top to Townsend. Down deep to Ondeco in the post. Drop step score as she falls to the floor.
I'll tell you, Ondeco's been huge. And every time she's going to that right shoulder with the left-hand finish, she's made big-time buckets here.
30-29. A minute 40 to play. Powers weaving her way through, goes to Riss Miller. Sets up Williams on the left, got around the wing defense to Powers, to Garner on the right. Powers across to Riss Miller, high left,
wow.
Skip across. Garner had to come get it.
Good, she did a great job coming and meeting that pass. That's one of those little things that won't show up in the box score, but that could have easily been picked off.
Down to 1:15, Riss Miller double to bounce to Williams, back to Riss Miller. And now she starts in a foul. That'll be Northern's 4th. Townsend picks it up.
Yeah, with no shot clock here, you know, it's going to get a timeout here from the Northern coach.
1:10 remaining. Suburban 30, Northern 29. And a timeout. We'll be back in a moment.
Today, it seems everybody is offering a discount on car insurance, but at what price? Reduced protection, impersonal service. At State Farm, you can earn discounts and still get full service and dependable protection from the world's largest car insurer. See me, Trish Hauser, 1865 Susquehanna Trail North, York, for the State Farm multiple line discount. With State Farm, you get an agent you can depend on and an insurance company you can trust. For the details on State Farm's multiple line discount, see me, Trish Hauser.
Well, the Eastern York boys win earlier was exciting. 5-point win. This one is flat out nail biting. It's a 1-point game with 1:10 to go. Suburban leads Northern 30-29. Girls 5A final. Dean, how patient might they be here?
Yeah, good question. You know, with no shot clock, probably pretty patient. They're going to look to spread the floor, Probably not really take any shots unless it's a layup. If you get an uncontested layup. But Northern, watch for Northern here and maybe trap. So you're going to have to be strong with the ball. Northern still has a foul to give, too, so they can be aggressive going for a steal. They switch from zone to man.
Might be the first time all day.
Yeah, they haven't played much of it.
There's Rissmiller crossover, trying to create some space. We're under a minute. Hand off to Powers. Miller out to screen. Now off to Garner, to Rissmiller right near midcourt. Lehman up defending. Got that 5 count going. Rissmiller picks up now, doubled, and a timeout. Jess Weaver from the bench right as Rissmiller got knocked to the floor.
Yeah, nice job by coach there. They know they have they got timeouts left, so if you get in any bit of trouble, just go ahead and use it. All kinds of different strategies here. You know, do you just keep playing solid man-to-man? Do you try to trap, which could open you up to giving up a layup? That's why I'm up here.
45.9 to go. 30-29 Suburban. This is the biggest crowd that we've had at any point this week.
Yeah, pretty good crowd in here. I mean, you got obviously a lot of fans filling in for the nightcap, but good crowd. Great atmosphere for these girls.
And Miller from the sideline in front of the Trojan bench to inbound. It's in for Rissmiller, 45 seconds. The board still has
a double team.
Still has 3 team fouls for Northern, not 4. I thought they were at 4. Powers pressured by the table, goes down, and there's, I guess, their 4th. I thought the official signaled 2 free throws. Nope, it is going to be a sideline. That was their 4th.
Well, the one official just said 2. Now, look, they don't know.
Oh, my.
Yeah, not time for this, guys. You gotta know, but okay, we're sideline out of bounds.
And Miller bounces in, Rissmiller again. They come up and foul right away. Lehman, 33.3 to play.
A little bit surprised that you just kind of give a take foul there with 30 seconds to go. You still got plenty of time, and I understand fouling, but do it in a way where maybe you're going to try to go for a steal.
Rissmiller's first is off the front of the rim. And it remains a 1-point game. Homasack back for Suburban, Freeze back for Northern.
Tough when you miss that first one. Got to stand back up there. Good for Janae. Nailed the second one. Big time shot. 1 possession game.
31-29. 30 seconds left. Here's Sadler in deep from the right. Had to pick up on Rissmiller's D. And a timeout from the Northern bench. Once again, it bears repeating Rissmiller's on-ball defense. It was Faith Walker Tuesday night. It's Sadler tonight, Northern's top scorer, who's only made 1 shot, that 3 from way out that brought him back here a couple minutes ago.
Yeah, she's just an outstanding defender. York Suburban, as does Northern, has girls out there that can really defend, but Janae's on another level. So got to talk about baseline out of bounds plays. And these are things this is the reason you scout. Try to figure out what's coming. They're setting up in a 1-4 set, so probably a pretty good chance they've seen this before in scouting. So make sure you're talking about that in the timeout.
Now Trojans come out of their huddle, line up defensively. 23.4 to play, and Northern to inbound. And Sadler's inbound attempt is poked away. Rissmiller up. Homasack had Ondeko closed off as well.
Now they're just going to call a play without a timeout. Looking for cutters.
Here's Place on the turnaround. Got it, and the game is tied at 31. Right in close. Now Northern presses. Down to 13 seconds. Suburban does handle it. Garner to Rissmiller. Down to 6. Rissmiller drives the lane, scoops it, would not go. Homasack covered. Her kick out is deflected and stolen. And time runs out, and the District 3 girls 5A final needs an extra session. Going to overtime, tied at 31.
Free basketball. York Suburban got what they wanted there. Good take. Good take by Janae. Good job going to the basket. Just wasn't able to get it to go. Give Northern credit for tying the game. And here we go. The excitement continues.
Oh, man. Can't get enough. Tied at 31 as we go to overtime here in Hershey. We'll take a quick break. Back in a moment.
Hello, this is Darren Bonaquisti, your friendly Parma pizza guy. Stop in here at Parma Pizza where we have amazing and appetizing food. Make sure you try our pretzel dough strombolis, best in town. We also have our daily lunch specials, and we're open for dine-in, pickup, and delivery options also. Visit us at 476 East Main Street in Dallastown or call 501-5608. Visit online at parmapizzaandgrill.com. Parma Pizza and Grill. Pizza so great, you'll scrape your plate.
Well, let's jump this thing up again. Going to
Why not?
OT to decide a district champ. Tied at 31. And it is won by Suburban. Williams runs it down, takes it in, missed the layup. Oh, man, a collision as Redmond followed it in on the crash. A jarring hit.
Yeah, she got hit in the face, too. Officials and York Suburban is going to need to make sure she's okay here to take these foul shots. Like you said, that was a big collision there.
I'm not okay.
No.
After watching that.
That's why you're up here, Daryl.
That's right.
High up.
Not even S3 could help me.
No.
Maybe Body by Barker could. Sophia Redmond will take the free throws. Shaking off the cobwebs. And the first is off the right side of the rim. And of course, the deeper we get, foul situations, both teams over the limit. Both teams have each 2 players on the floor with 4. Missed the second, garner the rebound, put back, bounced off. And Addie Place, who tied it at the end of regulation, rebounds the miss. Now Northern sets up on Deco from the left, dribbles to the foul line and sends it out to Freeze. She'll hand off. Half a minute gone in OT. Here's Place. You hit a pivoting score in close to tie it. Threads the needle into Ondeco, who lays it in. 33-31. Northern strikes first.
Yeah, Ondeco continues to be a presence in the low post. Nice post entry pass. And with the big finish there for Ondeco.
Now Suburban looking to answer. Here's Powers out front to Rissmiller. All the way to Garner, right corner, 3, and it bounces up and off. Rebound to Freeze.
Boy, that looked good. We were right behind it there. That was right on the money, but just a little bit short.
Now Northern setting up shop. Here's Addie Place with it, had the game-tying score and then a great assist on Ondeco's basket to open overtime. Spent the dribble, but has Lehman alongside. Back to Place, a York College commit. Now Freeze gives back to her. Backs it up toward midcourt. And looking to go to the post. It's Ondeco squaring up, drives it in. Travel called. Redmond defending. And Ondeco couldn't get away with that much footwork.
Yeah, she was posted up in the lane there for a while. I was waiting for a possible 3-second call.
Timeout. 2:23 to go. Jess Weaver wants to talk it over. 33-31 Northern. And a full timeout Suburban.
Ready to make a move? The Kevin Murphy team at Keller Williams Keystone can help find the perfect property for you. With 15 plus years in real estate, Kevin's team is hands-on throughout the entire process of buying or selling your home. Visit teamkevinmurphy.com for a fast property search, custom neighborhood market report, and instant property valuation. Kevin is a local guy with local roots, helping friends and families with all of their real estate needs. The Kevin Murphy team at Keller Williams Keystone wishes good luck to the teams of the York Adams League. Visit Kevin online at teamkevinmurphy.com.
You are on York's only locally owned station and the only place for local sports. Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK, York.
2:23 to go in OT. 33-31 Northern. Suburban was up 9 in the fourth. Northern, I believe it was an 8-0 run, surge back. Either team, I mean, they're both just laying it all out on the line, trying to get their first district titles.
They sure are. Both teams are giving it all. It's fun to watch.
Now Rissmiller strolls it up. Trojans trying to answer. Powers to Garner out front. And Place harassing her, has Williams over to the left.
Tried to run a little flare screen action for Powers there, but well defended by Northern.
Now drives it, used the glass, couldn't hit. On Deco, the rebound. Strong D from Northern again. On Deco to the front court. Powers, went for the tie-up from behind, called for a foul. Oh no.
It's her fifth.
If the board's right. This time they are holding up 5. Oh, man.
Yeah, they're signaling to the York Suburban bench. That's her fifth, so.
And not long ago, it looked like the Trojans were kind of in control, and Powers' second half was the big reason. But now they'll have to try to win it in OT without her. Julia Gerber subs in. Here's Ondeco's first. It's good. 34-31. Northern a 3-point lead. And the second is good. It's a 2-score game. Northern in the final for the first time ever. Up 4 with 1:50 to go. Here's Williams with it out top, protecting. Bounces it to Rissmiller. A bounce into Homasak. Out to the left corner. Gerber, a 3. It's good. Julia Gerber, the freshman. Just her 3rd 3 of the year. What a time for it. And a timeout, Suburban, with 1:37 to go. It's 35-34.
Big time shot. When somebody goes out and fouls, somebody else has to step up. And for the freshman to come in, she came in for Lydia. And really good execution there in half-court offense. And wow, what a big time shot from the freshman.
Wow. Ice in her veins. 35-34, 1:37 to play. We'll be back.
Since 1957, Shiloh Roofing in York has been the gold standard of roofing and repairs. Shiloh Roofing is family-owned and operated, serving York and the surrounding areas. They not only do all kinds of roofing work, but they've expanded into spouting and siding work as well. They handle all of their customers' needs, and they now also offer financing. Give them a call today, 717-764-1269 for Shiloh Roofing in York.
35-34, Julia Gerber, the huge 3. The freshman brought in when Powers fouled out.
York Suburban dropping back, but I think you're going to see the half-court trap here. So watch when Northern comes across half-court. They're looking to trap here. Good job by Northern, throwing it right to the middle.
And Ondeco down low to Freeze. Shoots, airballed it from the left block. Homasak, another big rebound. Here comes Suburban down 1. Left side, Gerber thought about it again, but she's called for a travel. Caught in between whether to shoot, pass, or maybe even dribble in.
Yeah, just the last second, the Northern defender kind of came in to her vision from the right there, and I think she tried to switch up what she was doing. Here's the half-court trap that I was talking about earlier.
Sadler starts in, goes to Ondeco, foul line jumper, wide open, it bounced off. Homasak, another huge board. A minute to go in overtime. Suburban down 1. Here's Williams with it left side of the arc. Out top, Rissmiller. Gerber to screen. Rissmiller goes to Williams on the left. Back to Rissmiller, knocked away by Anna Lehman to the table. And the Trojans will have a side line inbound. That was
close.
Yeah.
For both teams. Almost a steal there from Northern. Northern sticking with the zone here.
Homasak to Gerber, a bounce to Garner, back to Gerber. Shot fake, now shoots for 2. Off the mark, rebound pops out to Rissmiller. To Williams left corner, back to Rissmiller. We're down to 25 seconds. Down one, gives to Williams left side. And now to Rissmiller, tightly covered, but a foul. Anna Lehman, a foul with 19.3 to play, and it's free throws for Rissmiller.
Tough foul there for Northern. York Suburban really had nothing going on. I was looking at Coach to see if she was going to call a timeout, but foul sends Janae to the foul line.
First is up, and it bounces in. Game tied at 35. One more for the lead. It's good. And Suburban leads 36 to 35. 19.3 to go in OT.
Big time foul shots there from Janae, stepped up, and I like the timeout here from Coach after making the foul shots to set up your defense.
And to stretch out the drama even longer.
Yeah, why not?
As we all sit on pins and needles. Anybody watching the GameTimePA YouTube stream, we should probably make it clear that we are a York Adams League broadcast, and we have been all year. We follow all the YAIAA teams, so been following Suburban all year. First time seeing Northern, but very impressed by them as well.
Yeah, actually with my daughter playing high school basketball, I've seen both teams, and I knew this was going to be a battle coming in. Northern's a really impressive team, and like you said, following York Suburban, probably seen them play 4 or 5 teams times this year. Really impressive, and this game did not disappoint at all. 36.5 with, 36-35 with 19.3 left. York Suburban's, I think, looking like they're going to pick up full court here, but probably just solid man-to-man. Don't want to give up anything over the top.
Here we go. Northern inbounds it. Fans on their feet. Sadler into the front court. Right wing starts in. Underhands it to Freeze. Up, and Gardner blocks it. Out of bounds. It's going to stay with Northern with 8.6 remaining. And they will call time and set up the blob play with 8.6 to decide a district champ.
Garner saying that wasn't off of me, but no replay here, huh?
No.
If we were watching an NBA game or a Division I game, that they'd certainly be going to the monitor here, but it is what it is. It's Northern ball underneath, out of bounds. Similar to what we had at the end of regulation. Only difference is here it's a 1-point game instead of a 2-point game.
Now the Suburban faithful, and they are loud. There's a whole section of them behind the Trojan bench. There's also a whole section of students down to our left, kind of caddy corner, and they both all rose in unison at the same time, looking for a championship clinching stop. Got 8.6 more seconds to kill off here. And Northern trying to draw up its best baseline play to get the win.
Really got to call out screens, get through screens. York Suburban hasn't been doing any switching, so got to really fight through screens. Watch place on the weak side corner here where she's going.
Sadler the passer. Rissmiller up and deflects it away. It bounces to one of the cameramen in the near corner.
I'll tell you what, Rissmiller just saved a bucket there. That little screen-to-screener action from Northern worked, and they were going to get a little bucket there, but that deflection saved it.
Out from the other side on the baseline, and Rissmiller again, right in the path. Gave it a boot to the basket stanchion.
Well, we're at the Giant Center where the Bears play, right? She's got a couple goalie saves right there.
Yeah. A blocker save. 8.3 to go.
Oh, watch the little weak side block there. Yeah, I think the play isn't as much of a thing now. It's just got to defend the cutters.
And Sadler in, it's loose. Gardner's got it. Suburban steals it. A foul with 4.8 to play.
No time to celebrate here. You got to huddle up, get your composure, talk about time and situation. York Suburban's doing a good job of that.
Freeze fouls out. The third time the charm. They blocked the pass twice. The third time they stole it. And I wish I could tell you with certainty which player had the first deflection. There were a couple of sets of hands in there. Here's Garner's first, back rimmed it. And it's still a 1-point game. Northern has 2 timeouts left. Now they've got 1. They spend one of them in between. Suburban out of timeouts. But man, you needed your defense to rise up one more time, and they just would not allow Northern to complete an inbound pass.
Yeah, they really did a good job on several occasions there defending all that baseline action. Like I said, 4.8, long time to go, basically 5 seconds. So got to make sure you get back. First things first, don't want to foul or anything on if there's a missed shot. If it does go in, you got to match up right away and don't get beat or anything over the top.
Well, the Polar Bears go to the hashes to line up at the free throw line.
I like the adjustment that coach made coming out of timeout, and they took all their players off the line and they're matching up from the positions that they're at. Like that adjustment there from Coach Weaver.
Garner's got one more. Spins it, loads it up, free throw is good. 37-35, inbound on Deco, across midcourt, a 3 for the win. It's short, and York Suburban, for the first time in program history, has won the District 3 championship. 37-35 in overtime is the final.
Wow, what a game, Daryl. It's a shame that anybody had to lose. Both these teams gave it their all. You hate to see anybody lose, but awesome for York Suburban. They were here at this spot last year, and they were so focused on getting back here and getting redemption, and they did just that.
What a game, an absolute gripping 36 minutes of basketball. I would not say that it was pretty, but when you look back on it in the history of Suburban, and as they stream to the student section in celebration, the game itself may not have been pretty, but the moment is absolutely beautiful for them.
Yeah, you called it right. They're not going to worry about how pretty it was or not. The bottom line is that they're going to remember the result. Credit to them. It was definitely a defensive game, and they stuck with it. And yeah, let the kids celebrate for a little bit. I get it though. There's another game to go, and they've already had to wait in overtime. But yeah, awesome to see them celebrating with the student section there.
Now the Trojans, a 37-35 overtime win. Their first ever district championship. They go to 26-2. Northern is now 25-3, and what a game. Just a slugfest, a complete grinder of a championship match.
Yeah, it was. And give both teams credit, but York Suburban, who came out on top when things weren't going well offensively, they didn't let that affect them on the defensive end. Both teams really gave heck of an effort all game long on the defensive end, but that's what kept York Suburban within reach. Never really got out of reach, and then they got a little bit hot there, got a 9-point lead in the third quarter. But give Northern a ton of credit for battling back the way they did, tying it, and then even taking the lead and sending the game to overtime. Just a really good game.
Yeah, and the medals being presented, silvers for Northern, York Suburban awaiting their golds. And their outstanding athletic director, Ron Corsi, he's got those. He's the hype man at Suburban, does a tremendous job. Also should congratulate Donnie Knobb, the athletic director at Eastern. He was up here for their game, of course. We work closely with all the ADs. And, you know, Dean, we had this drought of York Adams getting silver up here, but maybe not for the teams that went down previously, but for York Adams League fans, this doubleheader today, maybe the wait was worth it. This is going to be a day that will be remembered very fondly for York Adams League basketball fans for years to come.
Yeah, for sure. First of all, congratulations to Northern. Great season. It's tough for them now, but they should be holding their heads up high. Great season, and they'll be heading into states. And like you said, what a night for the York Adams League to be able to go back-to-back, and these type of games is really neat.
Now Jess Weaver draping those golds around each player's neck. And you talk about positive energy. Jess Weaver is it, and she's got boundless energy. I don't think there is an off season for her. She's a teacher at the high school, an emotional support teacher, but she's got young kids that are playing youth basketball year-round. Just it's like the ultimate basketball family in York County. I know you know what that's like, Dean, and they are always in a gym somewhere.
It's special. It really is. Jess played at York College. Her brother, Mitch, played for my dad and I at York College. So for both of them, Mitch is the coach of the boys team, so it's truly a family affair. Got to know the parents really well, so really happy for the Kemp family. And Jess has done a tremendous job since she took over the program, and she's done it the right way. She started it at the youth level, and they really have it going. They have great atmosphere. They have great participation. So for them to see this, and just awesome.
And a celebration for the ages as they jump up and down with that district championship trophy. I know Mitch is somewhere in that crowd.
I saw him somewhere. I've been looking for him. I know before the game he was behind the basket, but he moved. So I've been looking for him because I know how happy he is. And I see Mom and Dad sitting there, and Dad being at the Giants Center, he can't do what he normally does. He normally just paces all over the gym. So he was probably a mess sitting in his seat tonight.
No doubt. Oh, what a moment. And Suburban, again, last year they got a taste of it. They were the 6th seed, and they got here, but they were not close to 100%. They were wounded. They took wounds to get here, and they had a singular focus from day one this year. And Coach Weaver said her kids bought into it. They just, keep their head down, go to work every day, try to go 1-0 every day. And it's really, as they stream across the court after the championship photo, they're going to take that trophy over to the student section.
The Giants Center folks are having a fit. They're like, they want him in the locker room to get this boys game started, but girls don't care.
No. Dan Rainville from our crew at Game Time down there trying to get the photos. He was chasing as fast as he could sprint. But, all these, and I've got to say, like in York County, the York Adams League, the fan support is tremendous.
Yeah.
The passion from the adult fans, alumni, but the student sections, and it makes what we do covering it fun to know that people care that much. And all these student sections are great, but the way Suburban reacts and turns out has taken it to another level. It's been eye-opening, and that includes making the trek up here to Hershey tonight.
For sure. Two things I think about. Getting here last year, you wonder if this happens if York Suburban didn't get here last year, because getting here and getting that taste definitely played a factor into their whole off-season of wanting to get back here and finish the deal. And then, like you said, the crowd support, the fan support, they're probably not here without that either. I think of that semifinal game where you're still playing in home gyms and top seeds, and you're in a battle with a really good West York team, and you've got great crowd support there that energy there, you could kind of feel like the crowd just kind of willed that team to win, and the team definitely feeds off that student section. So both those things are huge factors in the girls' championship.
Now they do a victory lap down along the hockey boards.
Yeah, they do not want to go into the locker room. They do not want to go in there. They're just gonna keep going around. Good for them.
Wow, yeah. And I know we both know a handful of people that have young kids in the Suburban Youth Program, and the way that those kids pay attention to what's going on at the varsity level and the way that they get into it. They got something special going there, both the boys and girls.
Yeah, they, like I said, both Mitch and Jess have done a great job, and they're doing it the right way by building excitement at all levels. And I mean, if you're a young girl in the York Suburban District, and Northern for that matter too, I mean, you come and watch this game, how can you not be excited?
Yeah. Well, a tremendous day for the Eastern boys, the York Suburban girls. And one other thing I wanted to mention. You mentioned that semifinal Tuesday night where the teams get to host. I almost forget what it was like when you would go to neutral sites.
Yeah.
It wasn't that long ago, but I'm so glad that they moved it to home teams' gyms. You get some of the best atmospheres of the year.
Yeah, you do. You just get the great atmosphere, and I agree. You know, once you get to the championship game, I think it's great to come up here, but you play the regular season. One of the things you do is to get a good seed, going into counties, and then get a good seed going into districts, and it just adds to the atmosphere of the games. I think it's a good move.
Well, Suburban wins it in overtime, 37-35, the girls' first ever district title. We'll take a break. Post-game show from Giants Center coming up next.
When fighting complex cancer, WellSpan Cancer Institute's approach is simple. Bring the most talented minds and most compassionate hearts to our cancer centers across our communities. Across our 5 cancer care locations, we're collaborating with Johns Hopkins Medicine Kimmel Cancer Center to go further. Relentlessly in the lab, courageously during therapy, compassionately by your side. This is cancer care where remission is the mission. I'm Dr. Nick Korgonker. Our collaboration with Johns Hopkins Medicine Kimmel Cancer Center gives WellSpan cancer patients access to valuable resources like clinical trials, second opinions, and advanced genomics. Together, we'll bring the next generation of cancer care to our communities with a dedicated team that cares from the heart. That's fighting cancer together. Learn more at wellspan.org/cancer.
We get one life. Why not live your best life by feeling your best? Body by Barker can help. Our licensed clinicians at Body by Barker bring an innovative approach to common ailments like weight loss and hormone imbalance. Improve your energy, mood, weight, sleep, libido, and overall quality of life. Body by Barker is family-owned, and we've personally benefited from the therapies we offer. And we're local on Carlisle Road in York. It's easy to register and set up your first appointment. Just go to bodybybarker.com and start living your best quality of life today.
Locally owned and operated in York for over 21 years, Basil Insurance Agency offers specialized insurance products to suit your needs for auto, home, business, motorcycle, life insurance, and more. With a team of licensed agents to help you locally, Basil Insurance Agency has 2 convenient locations in West York and Dallastown, and proudly represents Erie Insurance. At Basil Insurance Agency, we always hope to provide professional advice, better coverage, and do it for less premium. Call or go online to request a quote or information. In West York, call 717-792-6400. That's 792-6400. And in Dallastown, 717-246-1601. That's 246-1601. Or online at insuranceyork.net. Basil Insurance Agency, a proud supporter of the teams of the York Adams League.
Hello, this is Darren Bonaquisti, your friendly Parma pizza guy. Stop in here at Parma Pizza where we have amazing and appetizing food. Make sure you try our pretzel dough strombolis, best in town. We also have our daily lunch specials, and we're open for dine-in, pickup, and delivery options also. Visit us at 476 East Main Street in Dallastown or call 501-5608. Visit online at parmapizzaandgrill.com. Parma Pizza and Grill. Pizza so great, you'll scrape your plate.
Ready to make a move? The Kevin Murphy team at Keller Williams Keystone can help find the perfect property for you. With 15 plus years in real estate, Kevin's team is hands-on throughout the entire process of buying or selling your home. Visit teamkevinmurphy.com for a fast property search, custom neighborhood market report, and instant property valuation. Kevin is a local guy with local roots, helping friends and families with all of their real estate needs. The Kevin Murphy team at Keller Williams Keystone wishes good luck to the teams of the York Adams League. Visit Kevin online at teamkevinmurphy.com. SuburbanEyeTherapy.com.
At York Eye Associates of East York and Red Lion, we believe your eyes are your windows to the world. Give them the special attention they deserve with eye care from York Eye Associates. We offer routine eye exams, contact lens care, diagnosis and treatment of eye diseases, glaucoma testing and treatment, and low vision services. Regular eye exams are vital for detecting conditions that may affect the clarity of your vision and the health of your eyes. Be proactive and schedule a comprehensive eye exam that includes a thorough retinal assessment, and use your insurance benefits by the end of this year. For more information on how to schedule, visit yorkeye.com.
Hey athletes, want to take your game to the next level? Join the area's best athletes and coaches at S3 Performance Training. Since 2014, S3 Performance Training has developed many of the best college, high school, and middle school student athletes in South Central Pennsylvania. S3 offers age-appropriate performance training for all participants, including college preparatory strength and conditioning for older advanced athletes. Run faster, jump higher, get stronger, and reduce the risk of injury with S3 Performance Training. S3 Performance Training, located inside Heritage Hills Athletic Club, or visit us online at s3performancetraining.com.
Same station, 2 spots on your dial. Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK, York.
The boys' 6A game. Warm-ups taking place. Chambersburg and Cumberland Valley coming up shortly, but right now, York Adams League basketball fans basking in the glow of a doubleheader championship sweep. The Eastern York boys beat Big Spring earlier, 55-50. York Suburban girls, it took overtime, and they pull it out against Northern, 37-35. I don't know, pull it out, gut it out, outlast. I don't know how you would describe that, Dean, but it was something else.
All of that. Gutty, gritty. Yeah, it was. They had to dig deep for that one, and they did. And kudos to them too. They looked like they had it kind of controlled to win it in regulation. They didn't. A lot of times you see teams when you don't do that, kind of let down a little bit, and they end up losing in overtime. But you know, they came out and they put that behind them, what happened at the end of regulation, and played a good overtime to win it. Heck of a defensive stand there on the baseline out of bounds. What was it, 3 of them? It was almost like a goal line stand there.
Yeah.
Play after play after play, and Northern kept trying to cut to the basket. Janae had a couple deflections, and they did a good job defending the cutters and got the stop that they needed.
Could almost hear Merrill Reese. They stopped him again.
There you go.
You know, for Suburban, I'm sure the fact that they were here last year really helped, and it obviously drove them. There's also, though, a sense, there's always a sense of urgency when the game is on the line. This was Rissmiller's last year. She's a senior, her last chance to get it done. These, no matter how good you are, these opportunities, they are not easy to come by ever.
No, definitely not. Knowing Janae and everything that she goes through, and she's a really hard worker, and really happy for her and her family. And like you said, these opportunities don't come around all the time. So to be able to take advantage of it, first of all, to get back here after the disappointment of losing in this game last year, to get back here is a heck of an accomplishment. But then to come away with the victory is awesome.
Well, the final stats, final scoring leaders today for Suburban. Lydia Powers with 13, 11 of those in the second half, and ultimately fouled out. And that's another thing, Dean. Hats off to Suburban.
Right.
They get the job done with one of their go-to catalysts having fouled out.
Yeah, it's not looking good, right? About a minute and a half to go, and your leading scorer, who scored basically half the points of the team, fouls out. You know, they're going to the line to increase the lead. The freshman off the bench, Gerber, who, little personal note there, is I went to high school with her dad, and her dad's dad was my high school coach. So that was kind of neat to see. Yeah, when you yelled Gerber, that was the first thing I was like, oh my gosh, that's awesome. So, but for her to come in there and knock down that corner 3, I mean, that put them right back in the game, made it a 1-point game. Got a couple stops after that. Then Janae with the huge free throws.
Yeah, and Rissmiller finished with 11. Powers 13, Rissmiller 11. Natalie Homisak had 5. Paige Garner, Julia Gerber with 3 apiece. Paige, all hers were at the line. Gerber had that big 3 from the corner. Redmond with 2. I think we've got to mention Homisak, Dean, off the bench. A huge 3, and then a rebound, a great assist. A couple huge rebounds, actually. She was one of their top clutch rebounders in the final stages of this game as well.
For sure. Her athleticism gave them a different look than what they have with Garner. So she came in, gave big minutes during that stretch there where Garner got banged up a little bit and had a little bit of foul trouble. And like I said, her athleticism, she was really active with her hands and did a great job.
And for Northern, Sienna Ondeco led the way with 15. She was really good. Hannah Fries with 8. Addie Place, York College commit with 5. Anna Lehman with 4. Cassidy Sadler with 3. I'll be honest, I wish we did cover Northern some more. And I know at one point I believe there was talk of them coming to the York Adams League, but they've been in Mid-Penn forever, so we just don't get up there for their games. But what a run they've had, and Lucas Zampelli, his second year as head coach, he has taken them to heights that they have not been to before.
Yeah, does a good job. And like you said, it'd be nice to see Northern a little bit more, but they're not that far from us. But not being in the York County League, we don't get to see them too much.
Right now, I'm just explaining why we were, in case there's any more YouTube comments.
Well, hopefully none of them are from my wife's family, who's all from Dillsburg, and I know some of them were tuning in. Maybe they tuned out by now, but
oh boy,
if they're mad, if any of you guys are mad, it was all Daryl.
Yeah,
not me.
Email Dean at D. No, just kidding. It was a ton of fun to be up here with you. Wrap it up. Our Parma Pizza Player of the Game, Dean. What did you think for Suburban to get it done? Who, if you had to pick one, and you don't have to, you could split the pie if you want.
Well, I thought, Lydia Powers was so big there and getting the stretch when they took the lead. But Janae made some big plays. She was so good defensively and made the clutch free throws at the end. So how about splitting it?
Works for me.
All right.
It's a team effort. Well, Dean, great to be with you up here. States start next Friday. Lots of teams will have games at home, which is great. So we'll figure out where the heck we'll be. I have no idea at this point, but we'll be somewhere.
Sounds good. Thanks for having me. I enjoyed it.
Absolutely. And actually, we got some local sports this week. York College baseball home opener on Tuesday at 3.
How about that?
Against F&M. And
baseball
then
season. Right
back to high school basketball playoffs next Friday from somewhere in the York Adams League. I want to thank our sponsors with us this week. And we had some district-only sponsors, including the Kevin Murphy team, Body by Barker, Basil Insurance Agency, S3 Performance Training with us throughout the postseason, York Eye Associates as well. All of our season-long sponsors and our presenting sponsor for the radio broadcast and the stream, WellSpan Sports Medicine. Get same-day orthopedic care for life's sprains, strains, and breaks. Find your nearest WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics location today at wellspan.org/urgentortho. I want to thank our entire crew, Andy Meese on the camera today, Dan Rainville as well, Shelly Stallsmith, and Liz Stallings on our crew from GameTimePA. And again, the finals, Eastern winning in boys 4A, 55-50. York Suburban girls winning in 5A, 37-35 in OT. A great day for the YAI-AA and a ton of fun for us to bring it to you. Sixers Hornets in progress. More hoops on WOYK coming up next. So now for Dean Gamber and our entire crew, Daryl Henry saying so long from Giant Center in Hershey. Once again, it's a York Adams League doubleheader sweep. Eastern and York Suburban. Eastern boys, York Suburban girls, both district champs. And congratulations to all. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Enjoy the rest of your night. And we'll talk to you for more playoff hoops when states begin next Friday here on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK.
When fighting complex cancer, WellSpan Cancer Institute's approach is simple. Bring the most talented minds and most compassionate hearts to our cancer centers across our communities. Across our 5 cancer care locations, we're collaborating with Johns Hopkins Medicine Kimmel Cancer Center to go further. Relentlessly in the lab, courageously during therapy, compassionately by your side. This is cancer care where remission is the mission. I'm Dr. Nick Korgonker. Our collaboration with Johns Hopkins Medicine Kimmel Cancer Center gives WellSpan cancer patients access to valuable resources like clinical trials, second opinions, and advanced genomics. Together, we'll bring the next generation of cancer care to our communities with a dedicated team that cares from the heart. That's fighting cancer together. Learn more at wellspan.org/cancer.
Thank you for listening to Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK's High School Basketball Game of the Week, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine, the official healthcare and sports medicine provider of the York Revolution, bringing you the best of the York Adams League all season. Listen on the go with the new WOYK app and online at 989WOYK.com. High school basketball plays here on York's home for local sports. Now we rejoin our regularly scheduled programming already in progress on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK, York.